A pleasant good morning to you, sir. I am Jumjumira S. Abdul, B.Abdul student from St. Benedict College of Cotabato Incorporated. One of the most important aspects of technology in education is its ability to level the field of opportunity for students. So, activity 4, question 2, ponder. The first question is, the constructivist thinking is this: technology cannot teach students, rather learners should use the technologies to teach themselves and others. Do you agree with constructivists? Yes or no? Why or why not? So remember that in technology or in constructivist way, so it says that as a partner in the learning process. So for me, yes, I do agree. We are using technology as a tool to learn, educate ourselves and others. Now technology teaches us. Teaching yourself is the most advanced form of teachings. The point of teaching is to get students to the point where they can do that, and that point they don't really need a teachers anymore. They just need materials and occasional help with the more difficult or poorly explained parts of the subject matter. So remember that technology has changed the way we teach and the way we learn. By using technology in the constructivist classroom, teachers will engage students with the lessons more actively, more collaboratively, and develop more complex thinking skills. Technology should be used by the students as a tool to explore problem solutions and acquire new information. So the use of technology in education creates an environment where learners work together to help each other to construct new knowledge. Children like talking about their work and strategies. So this helps children who may not be very well, who may be developmentally behind to work and strategies with their peers and progress better. They feel that they are included in the learning process instead of feeling by the complexity of the knowledge that teachers traditionally try to teach them directly. This also makes them feel more confident and be less reliant adult to learn. In this way, teachers act as a guide. They become student learning from the student, just as a student become their own teachers as they construct their own knowledge. They also understand that not all students will understand everything in the same way. So, through cooperative learning, they engage students in activities which will support them to understand their own thought process and their peers. They will have opportunities to use and see how the use of technology in different ways. So remember that in constructivist way, it says the technology serves as a partner in learning. For example, it gathered, think, analyze, synthesize information, and construct meaning. Okay. Technology is made for man and not man for technology. Yes, it is true. Remember that technology is the partner in the learning process. I agree because technology serves as a medium in representing what the learner knows and what he or she is learning. It helps you build more meaningful, personal interpretations of life. It makes the learner gather, analyze, think, synthesize information, and construct meaning with what technology presents. Okay, the second question is there anything pedagogically wrong with the traditional use of technology as a presenters of knowledge, the teachers as a source of knowledge? So for me, no. There's nothing wrong as you learn any kind of learning that suit you. Of course, it is better to study and get know-how in the new technologies, but there are still all technologies that are done for living as well as for fun. So remember that from the traditional point of view, the learners learn from the technology and the technology serves as a teachers. So for me, there's nothing wrong I wouldn't say that there's any pedagogical issues with the use of technology. I wouldn't say that because technology can allow teachers to present authentic information from others' perspective and can improve collaboration between classmates, of course. Teachers who rely too much on technology without making pedagogical consideration risk alienating students from their learning space, provided that the teacher-student relationship is still emphasized. Presentations that incorporate technology should be perfectly acceptable. Okay, next. Okay, the third question is why use technology in teaching? So, we use technology in teaching first. Technology as a tutor, technology as a teaching tool, then technology as a learning tool. So, we use technology in teaching to serve as a source and presenters of knowledge. It helps to respond to our educational needs. Technology serves as a learning tools that learners learn with. So, we use technology in teaching for, we use technology in teaching for first, tools to support knowledge and construction, for representing learners' ideas, understandings, and beliefs, for producing and organized multimedia knowledge bases by learners. Second, common uses of technology is for word processing, the desktop publishing, the database, graphic programs, and spreadsheets. Then the second one is we use technology in teaching because it is one of the information vehicles for exploring knowledge to support learning by constructing. First one, for accessing needed information, for comparing perspective, beliefs, and world views. So the third one is technologies as a context to support learning by doing. So for representing and simulating meaningful real-world problems, situation, and context, for representing beliefs, perspectives, arguments, and stories of others, for defining a safe, controllable problem space for students' thinking. Then, we use technology as a social medium to support learning by conversing, for collaborating with others, for discussing, arguing, and building consensus among members of a community, for supporting discourse among knowledge-building communities. Then, so we use technology in teaching because it is one of the intellectual partner to support learning by reflecting, for helping what learners to articulate and present what they know, for reflecting on what they have learned and how they come to know it, for supporting learners' internal negotiations and meaning making, for constructing personal representations of meaning. So additionals, we use technology for teachings, like for example for the teachers, technology improves teachings, learning process, and ways of teachings. For learners and learning, it supports learners to learn how to learn on their own. It enhances learners' communications skills through social interaction. Technology upgrades learners' higher order thinking skills, critical thinking, then problem solving, and creativity. So, remember that technology can be a powerful tool for transforming learning. It can help affirm and advance relationships between educators and students, reinvent our approaches to learning and collaborations, shrink long-standing equity and accessibility of gaps, adapt learning experiences to meet the needs of our learners. So, to sum up, technology has provided a new environment for learning, new ways teachers teach, and also the new ways of how learners learn. So again, remember that technology will never replace a great teachers, but in the hands of a great teachers, it's transformational. Again, I am Abdul Jumjumiraas from Bachelor of Elementary Education. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.